on our way over to Dubby's right now, but Moosey's in the car. But I wanted to take a quick picture of my outfit for you, and I'll tell you about it later. So let me just go back and show you. I love the top. It does have some buttons, but I hide it. It's a nice linen-y, has the splits in the sides, and the pants, I have a couple of pairs of them now. They're nice and wide, they're crepey, and I did get them on Amazon. I'll tell you about those. I love the strap, by the way, that I've picked up for purses. It's just unusual. You can wear, it's pretty when you wear it crossbody, but it is embroidered. Isn't it beautiful? Also an Amazon purchase. So I'll take some pictures at Dub's, and maybe when we come back, I can do another video for you. Look at these roses. Oh my gosh, these are the most beautiful color. Where do you ever find a bush that's like that? Well, we're back. We had a great time over at Dub's. We left here, I guess, somewhere around 11:30, and we had a great lunch.
Get them. You like me good? Here, get them.
Barry and Dub had sent out for some Cane's chicken. Have you ever had that? I don't know whether it's a California thing or what, but it's called Raising Cane's, C-A-N-E-S. And mostly they do chicken, and it's chicken tenders, nice big pieces of it, and they have their own special sauce. Patrick, one of our grandsons, was telling me one time he went and ordered some chicken, and he said, could I have some ranch on that on the side for the kids? And the lady said, ranch? We don't do ranch here. We have our own sauce, and it's called cane sauce. Well, anyway, the chicken was delicious, and I know Micah and Colleen raved about it, heard about it. We've always been meaning to try it, but Barry got a big pan of the chicken and tons of this cane sauce, which is, I'd say it's something like a French sauce, something like a Thousand Island or something like that, but a little bit spicier. And you would dip these chicken tenders in it. We also had some corn dogs and, the appetizers. Debbie always does a great appetizer setup.
That little cute freckly face. How's the water, McKin?
You know, we were just saying how beautiful your pool looks. It's so blue.
Inviting, yeah.
Is that the those tiles you had put in around it? Is that why it looks so blue?
No, it just looks good because of the new
Plaster, maybe?
plaster.
And
What
we
is
keep it up.
Oh, really? Yeah,
And
thanks.
we keep it nice.
Mosey has a Bloody Mary he's sharing here.
We have a pool sweep, kind of like a Kiku or Kika.
We call our robotic vacuum Kika.
We have a robot
Oh,
vac
Kika.
that goes around the house and cleans them
And
all.
every time I ask her, ooh, where did you get these? Where did you get that? It's always Trader Joe's. She's a big Trader Joe's fan. So when we first got there, we sat out by the pool. They have a lovely pool set up. And of course, all Debbie's grandkids and our great-grands were in the pool the whole time. Oh, this pool is so blue. Gorgeous. Look at the color of this pool. This is Debbie's house.
Yeah, I gotta wait in such a long line. Oh,
Hey! It's like cold. Goodbye.
At your house?
Look at this fun. Bye. Bye. I don't think the kids got out of the pool once or twice. Actually, little Annie got out once to give me a big wet sopping hug to say hi. And that was about it, I think. We had a great time. Everybody was in the water and we sat outside and just had a real fun family time. So Debbie's supposed to be sending me some pictures. I took some just basically of the pool and the kids. I didn't get too many pictures. But, you know, 2.5 hours later, and Moosey gave me the signal. He doesn't last too much longer than that. It's sitting in a wheelchair for all that time and possibly a little bit of anxiety, sometimes with a lot of shouting and talking loud and music playing. He doesn't always hear everything. So we came home and we're just relaxing. As a matter of fact, he's snoozing down in Moosey's world. So as usual, Dub sent us home with the supper for tonight, which was more of Kane's chicken. And that's about what we'll have it with tonight. Maybe I'll make a nice salad and we'll have some more chicken with salad if we eat it all, because we were snacking up until 3 o'clock when we left. And sometimes we don't need anything. Maybe I don't know, Moosey just wants a little bit of pudding or something, or a cookie will satisfy him. So it made me think, oh, hello, you're awake. It made me think a lot about so much of what I've been reading about so much. You know, when I don't know whether you are like me, ladies, but when you're not sleeping at night during those times when you have your 2.5 hour sleep and then you wake up and you're wide awake, you can't get back to sleep. I do a lot of my reading about various things. A lot of it's about health and seniors and longevity and the right things to eat and how much exercise to get. Interesting things also, but I do a lot of reading about that. And sometimes you get so confused about all the different doctors and the so-called people who know everything, the doctors that specialize in certain things, and the hospitals that put out these strategies on what seniors should be eating or what they shouldn't be eating. And the other day I read a list of 10 foods that seniors over 70 should not eat at specific times of the day or night, because it would cause stress on the heart or raise blood pressure or increase your risk of stroke or whatever. And guess what these vegetables were? I would say 8 out of 10 of the vegetables were the ones that they recommend that you eat for good fiber and good diet foods to keep you living longer. Well, some of these were broccoli. Now, can you believe that? I have broccoli not every morning, but a lot of times in the morning. Asparagus. What could be better than these? Spinach. How about romaine lettuce? Peas. Well, yes, I know peas have a lot of sugar in them, but the list went on, and it said at the time the certain things that are in them: too much potassium, too much this, not enough that, don't eat it with this, or don't eat it late at night, whatever. I mean, some of these studies would drive you crazy, wouldn't they? So what to do? I guess common sense is the right thing to think about in all these things. And I think we all basically know what to eat, what not to eat, what to eat late at night, if anything at all. And that's the way it goes. And then, of course, there's the list of things that we all should be doing in our latter years, are what we call super ager years. And I love that term. And I think they're all common sense, and we pretty much know what they are. It's get fresh air, get enough sleep, good diet, good exercise. Weight training was one of them. One of them that's questionable, a lot of people had questions about when you read the comments, was have a pet. A lot of people said, yes, a pet is great if you've had it a while, but to get a new pet, you have the risks of falling. And I've mentioned that once or twice before. I know Shamu had a habit of always walking right in front of me when he wanted to take me somewhere, either to the door to go outside or to the kitchen or wherever. And that's scary. So on the other hand, pet is a great consolation to people who do live alone and are lonely. Now, then again, there are people who live alone and absolutely love it, and I can understand that. I think people have a certain constitution about them and have gotten into their own ways, and living alone is fine as long as you're not lonely. But then again, there are so many people who are lonely, and I can attest to that with a lot of your comments. And that's usually people who are not in touch with their children or grandchildren for one reason or another. Perhaps they're far away, or perhaps some of the children have drawn away from them. And that can cause loneliness if that's your problem. Or not being well, having a lot of pain, and having anxiety about being alone, especially when you have flare-ups and things. So today it brought to mind that question again about socialization. And it's always, almost always, 9 times out of 10, one of the things that's listed on the list of things to do or have on your to-do list to be able to live well, longer, and happier. And that is to socialize, some sort of social contact. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be running around going out with friends all the time. That's not us. We happen to have a large family, and that's always been one of our things that we're so used to all our lives, being with children and without them, that when we do see them now, it is a joy, and does one visit will keep me going, and Moosey too, for the next week or two, or even longer. And that's basically all you need. Now, on the other hand, we have each other, and that's a form of socialization. I see some people that are sitting alone when we go out to eat, and especially in places, and I'm going to mention something just like Costco, for instance, where there's all sorts of people walking around you and everything. And I see people striking up conversations and talking with each other, or standing in line at a grocery store. Just a little bit of conversation with a stranger, and it does you good. It's just something you should try and get in, even if it's something on Zoom or a telephone call with a family, a friend. And as I've suggested before, try the strangers. There's always someone out there just like you that could use just a passing conversation, a 5-minute chat. So try and keep that in mind, besides the exercise and the good diet and the fresh air and finding a hobby. Have you thought about any new hobbies that you think you'd like to do to keep you busy? Being curious about things. I know a lot of people say, I don't want to learn anymore at this age. I don't need to learn. You do need to keep your mind stimulated if you want to live in better health longer. There is that other option of living longer but not being healthy. And getting back to the studies, whether they're ones that we approve of or not, some of them are very valid and can have an effect on your mental situation or your physical situation. So Do all those things. You know what they are. I don't have to give you the list of what's important to just keep going. And once again, I'm going to repeat what Becky said, and I love it. So far as keeping busy, we don't have to stay really busy and keep doing things all the time. In fact, it's probably better to avoid too much exercise or running around, because rest is good for you too. And as Becky says, do what you can when you can. Boy, you're going to hear me repeating that over and over again. Now, speaking of doing what I can when I can, I think tomorrow is going to be the sewing day. I spoke about it a couple of days ago and never got around to it, and that's okay. I do have to get some hemming in on a few things, and I will share them for you. Remember that white dress that I told you about? It was a white shirt dress that I was so excited to see, and I thought maybe I'd wear it today. Well, it came in the mail from Amazon yesterday, and I opened it up, and right away, I wasn't pleased with the fabric. I think a dress like that with big puffy sleeves and a dress that's, I'm not going to call it a muumuu, but it wasn't fitted, and it had big ruffles all the way down. It was a midi dress, and it was a button down front with a white collar. That should be a crisp all cotton, and that's what I thought it was. It had all the design elements of what I had hoped it would have, but not the crispness. It was sort of a limp polyester, and the ruffles, I think there was one that was from the waist down, and they're all about 1.5 feet, then another one, maybe one more. It just sort of hung. I wasn't pleased with it. Maybe I'll try it on in the next video and you can tell me what you think, but I think I might have to send it back. I'm not wild about it. But I do want to show you the floral jumpsuit, my garden jumpsuit. And speaking of the garden, fingers crossed, I still have 3 thriving plants, and I am going to get another basil. I'm that excited about the future, with perhaps lowering the number of varmints in our garden. So, thanks for watching. I'll put some of our pictures on just so that you can see some of the extended family that we have. And Moosey and I are going to be snacking tonight, probably on some Cane's chicken, if we're hungry at all, or maybe just a teeny bit of coffee ice cream. I still have some of that in the refrigerator. And it's a low-carb ice cream, if there's such a thing. Thanks so much for watching, my friends. If you're enjoying this video and you think you'd like to just become a subscribed member of our family, please do. It's free. You can get out of it whenever you want. We'd love to have you. Thanks for binging, all of you that are longtime friends here. Moosey and I very much appreciate it. And don't forget to keep those prayers going for all the Texas survivors and for those that possibly might still be discovered. 2 young girls were discovered, I think, just yesterday after all that time. What a miracle that was. I love you, and God bless us all.